Have you ever felt like everyone is noticing what's missing in your life? Like a spotlight is shining on you? There's a name for this, the spotlight effect. A study from the University of Chicago found that we tend to think people notice our flaws or what we lack more than they actually do. Like when you buy new sneakers, but assume everyone only sees that they're not the most expensive ones. Maybe that's why you're here, trying to understand why. Even when you dream of a better life, a dream job, an amazing trip, or a happy family, you never feel fully satisfied when you get there. Have you ever noticed that when you finally achieve something you wanted so badly, the joy doesn't last long? Suddenly, you're already thinking about the next step, what's still missing, as if happiness were a moving target that always slips away. This video will dive deep into that question. Why are we never satisfied with anything? Why does nothing ever seem enough? And most importantly, how do we break this cycle without giving up on striving for bigger things in life? It's not uncommon to feel this way. You might get a raise at work, and instead of celebrating, you're already worrying about the next step in your career. Or maybe you finally bought something you had wanted for months, like a new phone, and shortly after, you're already dreaming about the next model. This doesn't just happen to you, it happens to almost everyone. The question is, why does our brain make us feel this way? Are we trapped in a mental loop without even realizing it? And what if I told you that you can change this, to feel more at peace with what you already have without abandoning your dreams? Neuroscience, which studies how the brain works, has some answers to these questions. It shows that this dissatisfaction is linked to how we've been wired to survive and evolve. But it also offers clues on how we can use that same brain to our advantage. It's not about stopping your ambition. Wanting to grow is natural and important. The problem is when we believe we'll only be happy when we reach a certain point, wherever that there may be. That's a lie we tell ourselves, and it keeps us running in circles, like hamsters on a wheel. Here we'll explore why this happens and how to find balance, how to keep dreaming without sabotaging yourself along the way. We'll see that happiness isn't just in the future. It can be found in the present if we know how to look for it. Maybe after watching this, you'll want to reach your goals without feeling that emptiness right after. Imagine this, achieving something great, and instead of rushing to the next dream, actually enjoying the feeling of, I made it. To understand why this is so hard, we need to talk about the brain. It has something called the reward system, which acts like an internal engine that keeps us wanting things. When you set your sights on something, a new car, passing an important exam, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical that makes you excited. Studies from Harvard University show that dopamine spikes more when you're anticipating or planning something, rather than when you actually achieve it. Think of a simple example. You're craving a chocolate cake. While imagining its taste and smell, your brain gets excited. Then you finally eat the cake. It's delicious. But soon after, you're already thinking about something else, like ice cream. This happens because the reward system was designed to keep us alive in the past. Our ancestors needed to hunt, search for food, and keep moving. Losing the drive to want things could mean starving. Today, we don't need that survival mechanism, but the brain hasn't changed. It keeps pushing us forward, even when we already have enough. A study from Harvard Medical School found that after a dopamine high, levels drop quickly, making us chase something new to feel that rush again. That explains why, after an amazing day, you might wake up thinking about what's missing. It's not that you're ungrateful on purpose. Your brain is simply wired to work this way. But knowing this is already a step forward. If this is how it functions, we can trick it back, learning to appreciate what we've already achieved. We'll get into how later, but for now, just remember, it's not just you, it's biology. And understanding this can help you be kinder to yourself. Maybe after this, you'll want to feel lighter about what you already have in life, without constantly comparing yourself to others. Who hasn't looked at Instagram and thought, wow, their life is perfect and mine isn't? It's common, but it's a trap. The brain loves to compare. Research from the Dornsife Institute in California shows that a part of the brain called the ventral medial prefrontal cortex lights up when we see others and judge where we stand. If someone posts a photo on a tropical beach while you're stuck in traffic, Your brain immediately tells you you're behind. And suddenly, even if you have good things, a home, food on the table, they start to lose their shine. This kind of comparison steals gratitude. A study from Yale University found that when we don't take time to appreciate what we have, the brain focuses on what's missing. This is called the negativity bias. It pays more attention to what's wrong or absent as a survival instinct. In the past, this helped us stay alert to dangers. Today, it just makes us feel like nothing is ever enough. For example, you might have a great job, but if your coworker earns more, it suddenly seems worthless. But gratitude changes this. Harvard discovered that when you practice gratitude, the dorsal prefrontal cortex, linked to well-being, becomes more active. It's like your brain saying, "Hey, look at what you already have." In daily life, comparison is everywhere. Social media, conversations, advertisements, and it feeds the idea that I'll only be happy when I have more. But what if you started looking at what you've already achieved? It doesn't have to be something huge. Maybe it's simply the fact that you woke up today, that you have a friend who listens to you. Valuing these things doesn't stop you from aiming higher. It just gives you a stronger foundation to chase your dreams without feeling empty all the time. Maybe after understanding this, you'll want to pursue your dreams without feeling stuck in an endless race. Self-sabotage happens when you believe you'll only be happy when you have more money, the perfect body, the ideal relationship. This when turns into a mental habit. The book The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg explains that the brain creates patterns. If you always think happiness is in the future, it becomes automatic. Studies from the University of California show that we link external achievements to joy, but once we reach them, the brain is already on to the next goal. But you can change this. Neuroscience has simple tools. A study from Indiana University found that writing down 3 good things every day for 21 days activates the hippocampus, which stores positive memories. Like, I laughed with a friend today, I had a great cup of coffee. It might sound small, but it tricks the brain, pulling it out of something is missing mode. Meditation helps too. Yale research shows that focusing on the present reduces that anxiety of, I'm not there yet. By now you might want to achieve big things, but without believing that your happiness depends solely on them. We've seen how the brain constantly pushes us forward, compares us to others, and makes us forget what we already have. But we've also seen that we can use it to our advantage. There's nothing wrong with dreaming of a bigger house or a better job. These aspirations keep us growing and evolving. The real mistake is thinking that we'll only be happy once we get there. Neuroscience shows that happiness is a practice, not just a destination. In Hardwiring Happiness, Rick Hansen explains that the brain is like Velcro for the bad and Teflon for the good. Negative experiences stick, while positive ones slide away. But you can change that. Try this. In the morning, take a moment to appreciate something simple. The sunlight streaming through the window, the warmth of fresh bread. At the end of the day, pause for a second and think, I did my best today. This activates areas of the brain linked to peace, like the prefrontal cortex, helping you break free from the cycle of dissatisfaction. In everyday life, it's simple. Accomplish something, celebrate it, even with a small, nice, I did it. Dreaming of something bigger? Chase it, but don't punish yourself for not being there yet. Happiness isn't just at the top of the mountain, it's in the climb too. This way, you balance ambition and gratitude, living with more ease. And if you want to dive deeper into this, check out The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama. It's both simple and profound. You don't have to stop wanting more. You just need to remember that you already have a lot right now.